It's time to stream some sketch. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. I am 5 minutes late, and I apologize for that. Let me explain why I'm late. Because the application, Pretzel, whose job it is to play music for us, has just disappeared. It's running, but it won't show the window. It won't do anything. I've tried resizing all the desktop sizes, and it just won't show. Restarted, won't show. So that's useless. If anybody knows how to fix a program that just won't show itself, do let me know, won't you? Thank you for joining me. It's Friday. My name is Jim Hodgson. This is Sketch Desk. It is the live stream, which we do on Fridays at 3 o'clock my time, 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And we write a sketch together. And hopefully it's a funny one. But generally the way that we do this is the chat starts fomenting and bubbling to itself. And then soon we come up with an idea that we like. And when we have an idea that we like, we start writing. And then we go back and we read it through and we give it a little bit of polish, and it's done. Let me find today's link for you. I don't know why I can't see any of this stuff. Well, the hits just keep on coming with the computers. What on earth? Why is it all smushed up like that? Of course it won't stop doing that. What in the hell is going on? Everything on this computer has just lost its mind, apparently. Can share, not edit, multi-use. I just restarted this thing, and it's still being stupid. Go away. For God's sake. What are we going to do, guys? How are we going to get through this? I don't know. We'll find a way. Hold on. Let me post. Okay. There we go. Now, there is the link to today's sketch if you'd like to follow along on the document. Let's see. Dan's got a suggestion for a career counselor doesn't know what are the jobs he suggests except basic ones. So you mean like a career counselor who doesn't... I like the idea of a career counselor who doesn't know what any jobs are. That's funny. He's the student is asking, you know, what should my job be, and the career counselor is like pitching things that he thinks could be jobs, but he doesn't know what they're called. Like he's like, what about this? What if someone's house could get, you know, like when like you have a piece of wood and it gets really, really hot, and then this thing starts to happen to it. You mean a fire? Yeah. Like what if somebody's house could have that happen to it, but your job would be, you know, is that what you mean? Or is it like a person is talking to their career counselor, and he only knows, like, you're saying he only knows like 3 jobs, like fireman, policeman, and doctor. Like, well, I don't want to be a fireman or a policeman or a doctor. Well, I'm sorry. That's all there is. Okay, I got it. Yeah. And the student is like, but you're not a fireman, a policeman, or a doctor. Yeah, but this isn't about me. This is about you. Yeah, it's got. I mean, that's certainly a workable sketch idea. Gosh, I wish I was listening to music right now. This app were not disappeared, whatever it did. So, like, if I mouse over it, it acts like it is appeared. Gosh, this is, I just hate computers so much. Such terrible. Anybody else sketch ideas? Come on. Come on. Come on. So I just ended the task. Now let's see what happens if I try to start it again. Probably nothing. Yeah, it starts right up and then I can't see it. Is it minimized to the taskbar or something? No. Yeah, well, it worked for a couple of days and now it's broken. Fantastic. I like the career counselor idea. But I feel like we need some more, I feel like we need a little bit more sauce. Somehow. What? Let's go to the... A veterinarian that gets asked to check out someone's chicken. I mean, they do that, don't they? Like, if you're a livestock veterinarian, isn't that within your bailiwick, so to speak? How about a veterinarian who could be a veterinarian who is a chicken, and it's like you talk to the assistant, like you're speaking to the assistant, and the assistant keeps having to be like, let me ask the doctor. And then the assistant leaves the room and goes into the next room, and there's like a whole lot of clucking. There's like clucking and chicken noises. Something like that. Or like, I like the idea of, let's write down what we got so far. Who doesn't know very many jobs? What about a veterinarian who when whatever animal you bring for them to look at, he like this person like acts like that animal in order to, like, while it's checking them out. So like you bring him a chicken and he's like, I see you've got a chicken today. What's wrong with your chicken? Oh, this is Mr. Peepers. Oh, okay. What's wrong with Mr. Peepers? Well, he's just been acting strangely, and if you could take a look at him, I would really appreciate it. Sure. You know, like it does like chicken stuff. Yeah. Like the career counselor could be like the career counselor idea could be like somebody, like people come to speak to the class and they're like, I'm a nuclear physicist, and the career counselor is like, that, look, okay, thank you, but that's not a job. There are only 3 jobs: policeman, fireman, and doctor. You are not a policeman, a fireman, or a doctor. So stop. What just yeah, what so it's like a career, it's like a career day and the counselor's getting upset because people keep saying that there is getting upset. Yeah, I like the idea of a veterinarian that's like a veterinarian that becomes that that becomes the animal. And the turn of the sketch would be like there's some animal that he can't impersonate, and so he can't. Or like what if there's an animal that like he does a really good chicken, but then if you show him a like okay, great, thank you for helping me out with my chicken, now could you take a look at my dog? And when the guy goes to talk to the dog, he just goes, I'm a dumbass dog. Buh, buh. And the person who owns the dog is like, what? You just did the chicken and you like gave a serious thing about the chicken. And the veterinarian's like, look, just don't tell me how to do my job. Okay. I mean, I like that idea. I mean, I think it's a kind of a long setup. A doctor's waiting room, but people keep turning up with sick pets. Yeah, I like that. I just think it needs some kind of an extra thing. Thank you for joining us, by the way. Cornish pasty made. I'll have a Cornish pasty. Yes, indeed, I will. I think I like the silliness of the veterinarian acting like animals. But my concern is that it's going to be I like that idea of Voodoo 463. That people keep showing up because they can't afford health care. And then it's like, oh yeah, well, yeah. I'm cheaper than doctors. Something just happened. What happened? Oh, somebody followed us. Thank you so much. Ayushi Guy? I'm not sure how to say that. Please, I apologize if I said it incorrectly, but it looks like Ayushi Guy to me. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Okay, I like the doctor. I like the doctor's office. But I want something to go wrong with the impression, like yeah, okay. Let's start writing in it. The vet talks to the animals like they're animals, chicken to the chicken, cow to the cow, redneck to the red, dumb to the dumb. Yeah, I don't know if maybe that's like one too many ideas, but let's work on this doctor's office. Let's work on this doctor's office idea. What's a man's name? What should we use for a man's name for today? Suggest your man's name. I'm just gonna go with like I want it to be something. I'm thinking Jerry, but I don't like to use Jerry anymore because Rick and Morty has kind of worn it out. How about Paul? Yeah. Okay. I think I'm starting to get the idea in my mind. What's Paul's girlfriend's name gonna be? Julia. She'll be leading him. Damn it. Come on, fingers. The human patients have animal conditions like overgrown horse teeth. Yeah, that's a good... Yeah, I like that. I like that. Let's get into this a little more, and then it'll be easier to pitch ideas when we see sort of the structure of what we're working for. So I'm going to try to get to... we got a lot to explain here in Act 1. If you haven't watched the stream before, I like to be sort of by... this right here is the middle of page 1, so we like to be in Act 2 by the middle of page 1, and we'll know that we're in Act 2 because we'll know what the game is. So now we got to build the game. Just real quick, if possible, we like to have the game completely built by the middle of the first page of the sketch. So let's do that now. I'm going to take out that we don't have a choice line. Yeah. So it might be funny later on in the sketch to give him a name like Dr. Winkleberry or something like that. But if it doesn't come up, we'll just call him Doctor for now. This is, again, it's as I feared. It's taking a little bit longer than, it's taking a little bit more space on the page than I thought. So, but let's roll through it and see what happens. So, no. So now I don't need this direction. Oh, wait a minute. It was the doctor who was going to do that, right? Get this garbage out of here. can't believe I screwed that up. I apologize. No, there's no L's. This is pretty silly, you guys. I'm feeling it though in a strange way. Is that how you spell that? No, it's not. Okay, what's next? I think maybe I'm just gonna add. Now, do we want another? Do we want another couple? I kind of feel like we do. I feel like we want another couple, and then we finally get to these guys, and he's like, we'll add some. I just wanted to add a little bit of stakes, like he's. Maybe that's too many reasons. We'll figure that out when we go for the read through later on. All right, so we're on page 2, and I think we know what the game is. I don't love that. When we're pitching ideas at the beginning of the stream, I always like people will pitch ideas that are great, just like today. You guys pitched some really great ideas, and some of them though feels like they need one more thing, But the problem is just for originality's sake, so that when people are watching the sketch, it doesn't seem like it's something that they've seen before. But the trouble with adding that extra element of originality is that you have to explain the world. So I don't love that it's taken. I think we needed all of this stuff on page 1 to sort of get into the sketch. It's a little bit of a slow burn. I would prefer if it was something that was like, I get it. But then again, one of my favorite sketches of all time is the Mr. Show sketch where David Cross is he does the pre-taped call-in show. And that one, I don't know. I don't know. I think it takes a minute for him to sort of explain it. So anyway, we'll go ahead and write it and see if we can tighten it up later. But ideally, you would like it to be like you say what the game is, and people immediately they get it. So if you're explaining this sketch to somebody, what would you say? Well, you would say, it's a veterinary office. It's like people going to a veterinary office because they can't afford doctors and they don't have health care. And the veterinarian is, next patient is a fish. That's funny. Yeah. Next patient is a donkey, says A.A. Ron. I think fish are funnier. I don't know why, but I do. So I like fish. So here's a script for some high strength and naproxen sodium. Did I still not spell that right? The fish is on a leash. Yeah, that could be funny. I like the idea of a fish on a leash for sure. Let me make sure that I'm following the rules. Not like his father. He's a Marlin. uh, that that's a really funny line. I don't know where it goes, but it's funny. Why can't you be more like your father? He's a Marlin. What if let's go back. I just thought of a moment that I want to add here. So let's go back. Yeah, see, so I like the doctor turning away when the man speaks, like you're not a fish, so I can't help you. So I like this moment back here where Tommy's like, so I want him to go like, oops. Tell me, guys, what you think of this change. Um, so there. So what that so I'm just changing the rules here because I want because well, I'll show you. Let me write it out and I'll explain why I just did that. There we go. So I wanted the rules to be that he has to do some kind of he has to do some kind of a like physical examination to you, but if you talk like a human, he gets upset and he doesn't. It's like it's an insurance thing or something like that. But I don't love that our I don't know. Let's keep going. Uh That's a really funny line. Cornish pasty made. Little blue pills sprinkle. Come on, you sexy fish. That's just something that I want people to say all the time. Okay, so now we're finally to our last couple. What did we call them? It's Julia and Paul. And then I want like, and I should, I think like, I just want to add a direction in here so that he's constantly sort of gripping himself like that. All right. Do you mean like a Mount Vesuvius? That's funny. Doctor tickles Paul's belly and checks his bum. Yeah, that's funny. But what I want is just like we get to the end of the sketch and we find out that the doctor just doesn't like dogs, and like so like we get to Paul's examination, and I mean I'll show you, but what I'm thinking is that he's like, I'm a dumb dog, stupid fucking, you know, like that. Yeah, he's a cat person. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, AA Ron. already on page 4. Uh, okay, now what does the doctor do? What if the doctor's like, has he been neutered? Does he pee on trees? Paul sniffs doctor's crotch. Yeah. That's a good idea. He barks in English. Yeah. Yeah. It is weird that he's saying bark. He's not barking. Oh, that's funny. If he's like, what kind of dog is it? He's a Yorkshire Terrier, and then Paul barks, and he's like, it doesn't sound like a Yorkshire Terrier to me. Bark, bark, but what? Yap, 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 and something like that. Um, um, trying to think of a way now to get out of the sketch. But like what I wanted was like somebody watching a veterinarian be like really really nice, like oh blah, 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 when it's fish time. And yeah, hang on, I think I have it here, Stargirl. Um, I wanted it to be like where'd the stupid link go? Oh, Ave. See if this one works. So I wanted it to be like we see a doctor pretending to be these animals because that's part of his thing. But then when he gets to a dog, he doesn't, like with the chicken, he like clucks and he looks like a chicken, and with the fish, he like makes like bubbly fish moves. And then when he gets to the dog, he's like, "Boo, I'm a dumb dog," you know. Uh, but we sort of skipped over that moment. Oh, that's funny. Um, does the doctor know his name? Yeah, that's funny. Oops. Um, yeah. Now I need some kind of a turn for the end. Um, the nurse enters. She's a cat. That's really funny. I kind of wish now that we'd made Paul a cat, and then the nurse comes in and she's a dog. Uh, um, we could just do sort of a blackout ending with it's like, yeah, like the nurse comes into the room and she sees Paul and is like that. But I want a better ending than that, frankly. Yeah. What if it's like trying to think. What could we how could we flip this somehow? Like it I was just thinking of something like what if the doctor's like I got, you know, I was just thinking like the doctor could be could have some sort of a problem and Julia could be like, "Oh, well Paul actually can fix that. He's an attorney or whatever." Um and yeah. Yeah, what that's I like that angle a little bit. What if the doctor's What if the doctor's a quack? What if he's like, nurse, and the nurse like slithers into the room? Careful, she's a rattler. That's kind of funny. So yeah, we're just starting another sketch now. This is the problem with that. That Aaron said, "Oh, she's coiled up now. Don't move." I like that line. That I just think that we're starting another sketch where, or I think it's funny that the nurse is a rose bush. Or it's like nurse, and then he's like, oh, she's an unbelievable nurse, but she's an ass. And Julia's like, nurse comes in the room. Hey, Paul. Yeah, that's funny. Julia could be terrified of snakes and drag Paul out screaming. That's a good idea. Let's go through. Let's read it through and see what happens. Okay. Doctor's office. People stand around in the waiting room. Paul and Julia enter with Julia leading. Paul winces with pain. Over the course of the sketch, he grips himself and writhes slightly, but not too much. Don't be a ham. I don't know about this, honey. I feel awful. I think it's my appendix. We don't have health care. There's not another option. Besides, this guy is a miracle worker. Need a comma there. That's what reading out loud does for you. Besides, this guy's a miracle worker. Come on. He's a veterinarian? You want to get better, don't you? The doctor approaches another couple. What can I do for you today? It's my Tommy. He's not feeling well. I see. And Tommy is a chicken. I see. I will begin my examination. Doctor slowly assumes the posture of a chicken. He puts his hands on his hips, flaps them, etc. He makes loud chicken noises to Tommy. Doctor pecks at Tommy a bit with his nose, then pulls back and looks at Tommy expectantly. Ms. Chicken elbows Tommy. Ms. Chicken, like we talked about. Tommy. Doctor nods, straightens, pulls out a pad. Right, well, you look all right to me otherwise. Here's a script for some high-strength naproxen sodium. Make sure you're well hydrated, okay? Make sure he's well hydrated because he wouldn't be talking to the chicken. Doctor pats Tommy on the back. Tommy and Mrs. Chicken leave. Next! Mrs. Fish raises her hand. What's the trouble over here? My fish. My fish doesn't like to have sex anymore. Yes, I do. I just... Mr. Fish waves at his midsection. Doctor clears his throat loudly and looks away. Damn it, Charles. Shut up. You have to be a fish or he can't help us. Sorry, Doctor. He's a fish. A limp fish. Right. Okay, then. I will begin my examination. Doctor puts his hands on his hips again and moves around, making bubbling noises. Doctor reaches out and gives Mr. Fish's balls a jiggle. What the fuck? Charles! Yes. It's marine erectile dysfunction, all right. Often these things clear up on their own. Oh, really? Yes, but just in case, here's a script for some little blue pills. Sprinkle those on top of his water when you're ready to bang. Got it. Come on, you sexy fish. I feel like this is the high point of the sketch right here when she says, come on, you sexy fish. The fish couple leave. Next. Oh, thank God. Please help us, doctor. My dog here thinks his appendix has ruptured. Paul moans in pain. Ugh. Oh my, that is serious. All right, so this is your dog then? Paul looks up with an expression on his face that says, do I really have to do this? Julia nods. What choice do they have? Paul sighs. Bark. Oh my, I haven't ever seen a dog sit in a chair like that. Oh, yeah, you're right. He does that sometimes. Paul. Julia points to the floor. Paul groans in pain. He begrudgingly gets down on all fours. Give the doctor a nice bark now. Paul does a series of barks where he winces after each one. Bark! Ugh. What do you think, doctor? I don't know. Are you sure he's a dog? Sorry, I have to ask. It's an insurance thing. Oh, yes, he's absolutely a dog. Aren't you, Paul? Bark, bark, bark. All right, I'll begin my examination. Buh, her, der. I'm a dumbass dog, der. Julia looks inquisitively at Doctor. I don't care for dogs. Anyway. Yep, it's appendicitis, all right. We'll have to operate. Bark, bark parade, bark. But first I have to establish dominance. Doctor turns his back. I'm liking this better now that I'm reading through this. Doctor turns his back, makes peeing motions. Yeah, you like that, weak-ass dog, Paul? You're my little bitch, aren't you? You know what? I think I'm going to rewrite this ending. Cornish pasty, that's a really funny line. I knew you weren't a dog. I know a duck when I see one. That's a really funny line. I like that a lot. But hold on. Let me write through this and tell me what you think, but that's a really, really funny line. A lot of animals could be used for this ending. He's the vet now. Tell me what to do. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, here we go. I know a wolf when I see one. I chose wolf because he got dominated by the thing, right? That's my thought. So I think that's the sketch, gang. Now, you got to come up with a title. That's the last thing. We need a title for this sketch. Think about it, chat. Come up with a title. It could be some sort of a play on Dr. Doolittle, like Dr. Do Very Little. That's a suggestion. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah. The literal veterinarian. The vet checks in. A wolf in vet's clothing is good too. I like the vet checks in, even though it's kind of vague. I'm going to go Stargirl 1521. I kind of dig a wolf in vet's clothing. A vet checks out. I like a wolf in vet's clothing, I got to say. Checking out his code for lost your mind. Yeah, well, or just not caring about anything anymore. But sure, I mean, I think the meaning is context-based. Well, guys, let me change the title. Boom. Okay, great work. That's another Friday Sketch Desk. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, I'm Jim Hodgson, and this is the Scene Shop. This is Sketch Desk. I've been asking folks, so think about this in your mind. I've been asking around today in the Scene Shop Discord, which you can find at sceneshop.us, if people think a later time would be good, like later on U.S. time, or do we like 3 o'clock? I do 3 o'clock because I'm usually here by myself. But it doesn't really matter because it's summertime now anyway, and kids are out of school. So I can basically do it anytime. We could do it, but we could do it later if we're U.S. people and you would prefer to have it. I might just try it. But anyway, tell me what you think. So join us in the Discord if you want to chat about work. I have 3 performances left of my show, Bayeux Tapestry, which is tonight. I'm doing it at 8 o'clock tonight. So it's like midnight UK time. Sorry, UK folks. But I'm doing. I would love to have you buy tickets. That you can find them at 1066.eventbrite.com if you'd like to see that. I'm doing 3 more performances of that. So this is the third to last, I guess. But anyway, it's been fun. And I would like to see you. And go to my website, readmyfuckingbooks.com. Grab a book, read it with your eyeballs, or listen to it with your earballs. Yes, Dr. Lely, there is, you can find a copy of the sketch at the link that I pasted before, but I will paste it again, and you can see a copy of it there. There is the link. You might also be able to download a PDF from there, maybe. But if you'd like a PDF, or if you'd like a copy of it, just send me an email, jim@jimhodgson.com, and you can find my email at readmyfuckingbooks.com. And I'll see about getting you a PDF. I'm just not sure. You're the first person to ever ask that question, so I'm not sure how to handle it, but I'll get you a copy if you want one. I need to post them on the Patreon or something like that. Thank you so much to the people who have subscribed on Twitch, who follow us on Twitch, and who are supporting us on Patreon. It means a lot. It means that we're so much closer to getting work made whenever this lockdown business is over. Hopefully we're not in COVID-19 pandemic forever for our entire lives. Hopefully that eventually goes away. I'm heartened by the fact that the Spanish flu did finally go away, but that's been almost 100 years. So hopefully we're not in this that long because I'm in my 40s and I'll be dead soon. So thanks for writing with me. Monday is going to be Death at the HOA web series writing stream. Wednesday is multi-log jokes. And then a week from today will be Sketch Desk again. So thanks again. You're the best. Have a great weekend. Stay healthy, happy, safe. Enjoy your life if you possibly can. And we'll see you next time.